Hey guys! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing this just kind of really soft and easy soft glam look, which I think looks good on, pretty much everyone, and also I think it really makes the eyes pop. Like, I have like itty bitty like possum eyes, and like, I like eye looks that kind of make them pop, and I feel like they do. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, full face, soft glam look, then continue watching. Okay, so to start off with, I'm gonna prime my eyes with some concealer. I'm doing more of a soft glam today, so I'm not gonna, well, personally, I don't want to use my P. Louise base for soft glam. I more prefer the P. Louise for more dramatic, colourful kind of looks. That's kind of where I like to use them. But for my soft glam looks, I've just really been liking using concealer, and yeah, I think it wears well, really. So I'm just getting any concealer. I'm just using the NARS Creamy Concealer. My brows might look a little bit crazy. I've kind of been growing them out, or I say I've been growing them out, I just can't be bothered to cut them. So, they look a little bit crazy, but I don't know, I kind of want the more bushy brow than the sculpted brow, so I'm just not touching them at the minute. Then, because it's concealer, I do like to just set it with some powder. I don't over powder it, because obviously we're applying powders as it is to the eyes, but I like to mainly set my inner corner of the eye, because that's usually where I crease the most, and then just kind of there as well, because I tend to crease right on the outer part of my eye as well. And then whatever I've got left on the brush, I just kind of dab it. So there's lid all done. The palette I'm going to go in with is the new Anastasia AMREZY palette. Now, I don't know if anyone's actually mentioned this, but like, for instance, this is the Modern Renaissance, and all the palettes are this size, right? Because I can line them all up in my vanity, and they're all like the same size. Yeah. So this is the size difference. Was not aware, but they've obviously put in more shadows in the AMREZY palette. To be honest, I don't even think I counted the shadows, or I didn't. I just ordered it. That was it. So this is kind of what the palette looks like inside. Never mind. Obviously, there's two pressed glitters in here, I believe. Yes, Litty and Gemini. They're both pressed glitters. There's also some nice, like, pinky toned shadows, which I do want to get my hands on, dabble with. And there's this nice blue shade called Leo, but I'm not going in with any of those. Like I said, I'm going to do a nice soft glam, and I've really been enjoying, it sounds like really dull, but I've really been enjoying like these mattes down at the bottom. They're perfect for kind of just throwing on the eyes. I'm going to show you kind of what my go-to soft glam has been recently. And what I tend to go in with is New Yorker, and I say it really weird, New Yorker, but it's not spelled Yorker, and yeah. New Yorker and OG, I've been like, I don't know, just mixing those two, even though they look like the exact same shade. I'm not going to lie to you. Right, I should probably zoom you in. I did absolutely nothing. I just want to go little by little, because it is going to be a soft glam. And I'm just kind of putting that as my transition shade. Just buffing that in. I don't go like too precise when I'm doing like softer looks. I'm not dragging it in all the way, but I'm just kind of just fading it out onto the lid, just so it looks kind of all like put together. No patchiness or anything like that. And when I do my soft glam, I do like to kind of drag it out a bit, so I do tend to like drag it like right near the end of the, like over here by the tail of my brow. It's kind of what I think looks nice with my eye shape. This has kind of been like my go-to look lately. I've not been doing super dramatic looks. I've kind of been doing more softer, just softer glam looks all in all. Not like I just don't want to do that. It's just, I don't know, I've just been liking something a little bit softer lately, that's all. I kind of go through phases where I'm like, I like really strong, you know, bold looks, and then I like really like soft and gentle and feminine looks kind of thing. Not to say like you can't have bold makeup and still look feminine, not saying that. But, you know, just kind of really like, I don't know, because I'm not like, I don't think that I am very feminine. So when I put this makeup on, like, I really feel like a lady. So you can see I've literally just kind of swept it pretty much all over the whole lid. The next two colours I'm going to be mixing is, I don't know how to say this word. It's like the purpley shade here. It's Semza and 1988. These two shades here. I just kind of dabble both into those, tap off the excess, and just gently start building it up into the outer V. Now, if you want a more dramatic look with this palette, let me know, and I can do it for you. But, you know, I'm just kind of vibing with the soft glam at the minute, you know? Now, I think it's getting a bit too strong here, so I'm just going to fade it out with the previous brush that I used. I have noticed these shadows, when applied lightly, you are able to kind of blend them out really easily. You don't have to add the purpley look, purpley colour in with the shadow. It's just been something that I've been doing. Just might as well use all the mattes in the palette, I guess. How was everybody's Valentine's Day as well? Or Galentine's Day, is that how you say it? I went to the cinema and I watched that Harley Quinn movie, that Birds of Prey. It was alright. I don't feel the need to see it again. I feel like I'm very picky with my movies, like I'm very overcritical. But I don't know what it is with like DC. Their storylines just aren't all there, you know. I don't know, like the fighting scenes were good. I mean, they looked, you know, pretty well done kind of thing. But that's pretty much all I liked about it, was like the fight scenes. Other than that, it was all like the storyline. I didn't like the storyline, honestly. I didn't like the storyline. It just didn't have much like of a, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next kind of feel to it. And just really gently, like you can see like how low I'm holding my, I was going to say pencil, and it's not a pencil, it's brush. How low I'm holding my brush. And I'm literally putting like next to no pressure on my lid. I'm kind of just using 1988 by itself now, just to really deepen it up. I apologise if you can hear the wind. We're due for a storm today, so it's a little bit windy and a little bit rainy, so I'm not leaving the house, but then again, when do I ever? Apart from, you know, earn money. By the way, I had full intentions of doing a Valentine's Day look for the channel, and I felt like that was probably like a really good opportunity to get one up and whatnot. I don't know, I just felt like not, it's really hard to describe, like not in my body. Like, does that make any sense? Like, not myself. And I don't know why I don't feel like myself. I think sometimes I feel like that where I'm like, yes, really happy, cool, feel like myself, good. And then all of a sudden I don't know, it's almost like I feel vacant. It's really hard. It probably sounds like really, like, I don't know, stupid. But like, does anyone else feel like that ever? Like, I just feel like I get, it comes like now and then. It's really annoying. And then because I feel that way, I'm like, what? I doubt myself so much. Like, what am I doing in my life? You know, these are not thoughts that a 22-year-old girl should, like, girl, lady. I don't really like calling myself lady. You know, a 22-year-old should be thinking about. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it's putting loads of pressure. But I feel like if you want to make choices with your life, you kind of, you know, kind of say no for hold your peace kind of thing. Because if you want to start something, it's easier to start off at an earlier age than, you know, when you're like in your late 30s, kind of. Not judging if anyone's, you know, in their late 30s and doing new things, and that's fine. But I don't know, I just feel like I should have some sort of plan set for the future, and it's like really stressing me out, and I don't know why, because it's just a stupid thing for me to be worrying about. Like, although it sounds weird, like, you know, loads of people that I used to go to school with are like having babies and da 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 da. And I'm not saying I need a baby because I don't want a baby. I'm good for like the next 10 years. Good. But like, I feel like everyone's doing something with their life that they cherish and like really like, and I kind of feel very stuck. But it's like but you're like put in that kind of scared position where he's like, if I do this, will I regret it? Da da da. You know, so I'm constantly going round and round in my head thinking about that stuff. You know, let me know I'm not the only one that's crazy around here, because that'd be great. I'm trying to look for an eyeliner brush. So, well, I say eyeliner brush, it's more like the smudger liner brush. I'm gonna go in with 1988 and BK. And mix them together so the black is not so black. Just because I feel like when I do I'm doing a smoked outliner, by the way, I forgot to tell you. When I do a smoked outliner, sometimes I don't like it to just be black. Sometimes I like it to be a little bit kind of warm toned. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. This brush is like perfect to get right near the lash line. It's a MAC 212 brush. I'm not one of those that are like, you need a MAC brush, da 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 da, but this brush is good. If you can find a dupe, then carry on, but I like this brush. Now I kind of want to make it into a smoky wing, so I'm going to make sure there's hardly any product on the brush because I don't want to end up messing up. So I kind of start there and just kind of shuffle it. And the reason I like to shuffle it is because it does give that kind of, you know, smoky, messy appearance. Okay, I'm quite happy with that wing. Now, this makeup look isn't like revolutionary, and I'm going to be doing like a full face as well, because I've been doing something a little bit different with how I apply my powders, because I realised the way I was setting my face just made me feel like so dehydrated, and I've just kind of been setting it in a different way to make me just feel a little bit more like youthful in the skin and kind of less matte, because I am actually dry to normal. I'd say I'm not like super dry, but I can get dry in certain places. Okay, so that's the wings done. Now, what I've been doing to make these more like glam looks is I've been going with my Dose of Colours Francation palette, and I've been going in with, is it Just a Kiss? Just a Kiss. And I've been loving doing this just because it's like like a hybrid between like a shimmery shadow and a glitter, but it doesn't end up like halfway down your face, which is, you know, a dream. I just use my fingers because, you know, we're not too picky around here. And just kind of feel around where your eye socket is, because I usually like to try and not go too far with it. I just feel like time just needs to stop moving, because I feel like I'm going through a midlife crisis, like honestly. Like, time just needs to stop because it's going too fast and it's freaking me out. And then to just kind of mould it all together, I get my fluffy brush that I used for my transition shade, and I just kind of sweep that along. Like so. And it starts to come together more when, you know, there's some like lashes and whatnot involved. On mascara, I'm just using my Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. I kind of don't like the waterproof version, but I'm just using on what I got, honestly. Because, I mean, it is waterproof. I mean, it's a pain in the backside to get off, I'll let you know that. The lashes that I'm using today are the unicorn lashes in the style Bambi. I feel like the only thing that's kind of helping me kind of de-stress at the minute is like working out. Because when I work out, I literally just like throw on like loud music and you kind of zone out. And obviously, like, I was never a big fan of working out because, you know, I'm always just like, ugh. But it's actually kind of been helping me, like, just my head, just my brain, just stopping. So yeah, I mean, I've been working out. Not sure I'm very good at it, but, you know, it's, you know, taking part that counts. I think the lashes are kind of what make the look, and the just a kiss on like the inner part of the lid. So I've been trying to find like a TV show to watch lately, and like I've got real commitment issues when it comes to TV shows. Like, I don't know what it is, but like if I hear really, really good things, I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be really good. But like, it takes like, I started watching Sex Education. Season 1, I literally started watching it like a month before season 2 came out because it took me that long to be like, do I want to watch this? So in the end, obviously, I watched it, and I watched season 2 in like 2 days. So now I have to wait for season 3. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't like TV shows or like series, is because you have to wait so long for the next series, and it does my head in. But like, I know everyone's been saying about The Witcher, and I'm like, do I really want to watch The Witcher? Because it kind of gives me like Game of Thrones vibes, and I never watched Game of Thrones because, I don't know, it gave me a bit like the Hobbit vibes, and I'm not a big fan of the Hobbit or the Lord of the Rings kind of, that kind of franchise. But like Henry Cavill's in it, and I know he's quite good. Like, he's a good person, good actor. There we go. Those are like, the eyes are almost complete. I kind of like to push them up as well, just so it gives me more of like a cat eye effect. So this is kind of why I like kind of like lashes like this, because it's got more volume on the outer part. So, and I've got quite small eyes as well, so I like to draw too much attention and try and close my whole lid. So I like this bit to kind of be a bit more bare and all the drama to be on the outer parts. I am going to go with my Milk Makeup, what's it called? Hydro Grip Primer. I do need to restock on this because it's literally on its last legs. And we finally made it up to 800 subscribers, which is really, really good. Yeah, I've been saying for ages how I wanted to get up to 800, and I'm up to 800 now. So yeah, nearly at that 1,000 mark. But I have noticed like there's more like Americans watching my videos, which is weird, because like, do you guys like know what I'm talking about most of the time? Because I know like there's different sayings in different countries, I could get that, but like, is there like any point in my videos where you're like, what the bloody hell is she going on about? Because, you know, I just find it funny. I'd love to go to America one day though, literally. Love to go to America. It looks so fun there. I mean, apart from the whole Trump situation, but apart from that, it looks like a ball over there. You know, I find like around, you know, where I live especially, it's so boring where I live. Like, there's like nothing going on here at all. So it's really boring, but I definitely want to go to America at some point in my life. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg, but, you know, gotta dream big. So I'm going with my Huda Beauty in Angel Food, and I don't like to go with too much of this because it is very thick. She says applying way too much of this. And I actually have been liking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation in 120W. I think I should have gone cool, honestly. I think I just find it a bit too yellow for me. So that's kind of my bad. Oh, and I'm going to colour correct actually, because you can see I've got a little situation over here. So I'm quickly going to do that while I'm over here. And I don't know if it's sanitary or not, but I've just been dabbing it in with my fingers, because I feel like if I do it with a sponge, it takes most of the the coverage away from the green. So yeah, let's just start blending all of this in. I haven't actually like pinpointed whereabouts in America I'd want to go to, but there's literally like so many places in the world I would literally like love to go to. I mean, it's crazy like how big the world is, and you know how short our life is, and you know we don't get to see all of it, which is obviously such a pity because you know not all of us are made out of money, you know, who can relate. I just feel like there's so much out there, and it's kind of like you're stuck in a box, like where you are. Like, well, where, in my point of view anyway, it's kind of like I'm stuck in a box and there's all that other stuff and you can't reach it. I sound like really depressing in this video. I don't know why, what's wrong with my state of mind at the minute. I feel like I can have like a proper heart-to-heart on here and hope that somebody gets what I mean, was talking about, or anyone can relate. Anybody else watched To All the Boys I Have Loved Before? I want to read the books, I think. I didn't think I'd want to, but I really want to know what happens in the third movie. And it's going to take like a year for them to bring it out, so I'm like, do I just read the books? Because, you know, it doesn't take me a year to read through books. But I'm rereading my After books, and I can't just stop midway through to start new. I can't do that. I can't. Like, I have to finish the whole saga for me to be able to read a new book. Is anyone else like that? That's how the skin is looking at the minute. Obviously, you can still kind of see where that is, you know, where my kind of, that is, you know, I can't help that. But actually, I have been going over it with Born This Way concealer. I like this concealer, but I don't think it's light enough for my under eyes, you know. So I'm going to go in cream contour now with the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I've been doing my contouring a little bit higher up as well. I try not to like overuse the product as well because I am so fair. A lot of people, if they like cream contour, like they can just blend it in with their foundation and they look fine. Me, it literally changes my foundation way darker. So I try to be a bit careful of how much product I apply. I've been trying not to do like so much cream products as well. So I find that's kind of when it starts to look like cakey and starts to crease, which is not a good look. And cakey, like I do tend to go cakey sometimes, and I think that's because of my dry skin. It does linger to dry patches. I think that's why I prefer a sponge, because it soaks up a lot of the product. So, you know, I don't mind that, you know, a couple of imperfections show up during my foundation, because at the end of the day, that's my skin. You know, we all get, you know, marks and bumps and lumps, you know, we get them, you know, we're human. What do you expect us to do about it? We can't all be perfect, you know, so might as well embrace them. I mean, I'm a bit annoyed about this because I don't know if you guys remember back in my other video, I mentioned that I had a really bad like skin reaction, and I found out what it was. These kind of bumps, these kind of spots, I don't mind because they're just natural, like, you know, bumps that go away in a couple of days. But I keep getting like marks over here, like spots and whatever coming up here, and it started a couple of weeks ago, and I found out what was causing my skin to react. It was face wipes. So over here we've got a shop called Asda where you do grocery shop. I tend to do my online shopping, so then all you got to do is pick it up, bring it home, and a lot of the time if they don't have certain thing that you've put in your trolley, they substitute with something else. And I put in my trolley the simple micellar wipes, and they didn't have them in stock, so they replaced them with a different simple wipes. They were called like biodegradable wipes, so you obviously it was supposed to be better for the environment, I suppose. But I don't know what was in those wipes, but it like inflamed my skin. I was like red as a tomato. I had like just, you could feel like bumps all over my face, and it was mainly on this side of the face. It was just bumps everywhere, like not even like spots, it was just bumps. And my skin had had a reaction to the wipes. I had been using them for about a month, and then all of a sudden it kind of just, it flared up gradually. Like, I got like one spot here, one spot there, and then gradually it like got worse and worse. And I just stopped using them and started using cotton pads to take on my makeup with micellar water, and the bumps went away like the day I stopped using those wipes. So I know I definitely had like some sort of reaction to that, which is weird because I don't have sensitive skin. Like, I wouldn't class myself as being like having sensitive skin. So I think I'm gonna try like invest in like a face halo, because at least then that should last you a while before it starts going manky. Like, this has been there. Like, it starts to fade away and then it gets worse. And it's not herpes or anything. Don't write that in the comments, okay? It's a spot because it comes up as a spot, okay? So don't be mean to me, okay? Wait, enough talking. I'm gonna be using my Jouer concealer. I can't believe how long I've been talking. Like, trying to chat with me like a normal person is literally like trying to get blood out of a stone. Like, I don't like talking to people. As you can see, like, I've gone, actually, like, I think quite light-handed with the concealer. I don't do the whole, you know, the triangle thing. I mean, how bad could your under eyes be to have to do the triangle thing? I mean, not judging if you guys do the triangle thing, that's up to you. I just, I get creasing really easily under my eyes, so I can just imagine having that much product under my eyes. It would go crazy. Like, it would just be so hard to set. And I'm bringing this bad boy back. Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I've been using this to set my face. Right, so I'm gonna put some in the lid. I've actually stopped baking. I felt like it was making my skin look really like dusty, dry, powdery. And yeah, not vibing with that in a minute. So I make sure, like, I really go in there with my sponge, make sure there's no creases, and then I get my little Real Techniques brush. I've had this for ages. And I grab some of the product and I just start dabbing. I dab, oh god, I dab powder in first before I do any swiping. I do not swipe. Swiping or swiping. I like to have a quick look at my skin close up as well, because a lot of the time if you're looking in a mirror far away like I am at the minute, you can't see like if you've not blended properly or if there's something on your skin. And I'm happy to go in with the powder again. And I do it in very small portions. Like, I'm gonna go around my nose because I know I crease like crazy around the nose, and I'm always tapping the powder in. Next, I'm gonna set my, what are these called? Like, are these smile lines? I don't know. But I'm gonna set them because I do crease there. Just naturally, like, talking and laughing. You know, I'm sure everyone probably creases there a little bit. And I like to set under my lip because you don't want to be like eating food or whatnot, having and like with your lipstick on or whatever, and it transfers onto your foundation and it like sticks. At least then if it's like set, like, it's easier to fix, I feel like. I've been loving doing this because I feel like the less amount of powder you use, like, it's easier to add more than it is to take away. So I always try and dab a small amount on. I like to set around here as well because I do make a lot of facial expressions and my nose is always dry. So I don't like to over powder it, but I like to powder it enough because I know that's where my transfer problem is, you know, foundation comes off my nose because I've got such a big giant nose. So what I have been doing, if you do feel like you lose a little bit of the dew, what I've been doing is using my Revolution Pro Skin Finish and Opalescent, and I just kind of get a little bit of that, spread it in, and just kind of place it on the natural places you would do. So like on the brow bone area, like the middle of my forehead, I would naturally do. I know where the sun hits your cheekbone. And this is good for people that don't really like highlight as well because it gives you the almost same effect, but it doesn't look too dramatic. And my go-to bronzer has been the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. So I like to kind of just, I don't know, wiggle it around a bit, hope there's not too much product. And I kind of ease in from the hairline. which I know people don't like getting makeup in their hair, and you know, I don't particularly like it either. But I feel like if you ease it in from the hairline, it's easier to drag down, and then you don't end up looking muddy. Like, I didn't realise how many baby hairs I had, because like, look at that. I don't think I've ever noticed them before, or like they've just kind of grown sporadically, I don't know. Now I'm gonna just bronze up the nose a little bit. I'm gonna go with my Anastasia contour kit. And then a light contour for the nose. Now this is like a bougie AF product, but it's limited edition. And I got it for Christmas. It was a gift, so I'm gonna use it. But I've been really loving like these three in combination. You can't see. These three in combination with each other, just because I like a really mute nude, but I also like a bit of shine to the cheeks when it's blush. And I really like it to like hug the cheeks. I just find it gives more of a very youthful look. Okay, so now with some powder. I don't bake. I'm trying not to bake. So I'll get my powder. I'll kind of make like an obvious line, like you can see, like where I've baked, and then I just kind of, well, not baked, you know, applied powder. And then I just kind of press the powder into the skin. And that's kind of what I've been liking. It's really subtle, but it does make your contour a little bit more prominent. So now I feel like I need to finish up the under eye. Going back on my AMREZY palette, what I've been liking doing is buffing these two colours under the bottom lash line. Just like straight up. Brushing them under. And I do like to drag them down. I kind of almost emphasise the eye bags a little bit. I'll get this, I keep wanting to say pencil. It's not a pencil, it's a brush. I use the brush that I used to do like my wing. And I go in with that Sisma and 1988 and buff that in the outer part of the lash. But most of the pigment like kind of on the outer part, and then slowly drag it in. Then I'm gonna go in with 1988 mixed in with a dab of that black colour like I did for the liner, and again just add to that intensity on the outer part, and then it looks like it's kind of joined in with the wing. Now I'm gonna go with my MAC nylon. I'm using a pencil brush. Usually I use a bit more of a fluffier brush, but I'm going with a pencil brush. It's kind of fade it into the shimmer. And just some bottom lash mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic. Now I'm going to go with my setting spray now. So I'm using just the Gerald Cosmetics Stay All Day. I don't like the smell of this at all, but it goes away in a couple minutes. So I don't think it actually benefits my skin, but it's cruelty free, so I mean. I just think it kind of puts that moisture back in. And I dab it back into the skin. I know people fan their face, but I have this like fear, like what if you accidentally fan a droplet and it stays on your skin, you know? Hey, it's me from the future. Just to let you know, I did apply highlight, but I actually forgot to film it, so yeah. Right, so lips. I think I've been doing my lips a bit different, but who knows, they might actually look exactly the same. I've been going in with my Dose of Colours Undressed lip liner. These are so handy because you don't have to sharpen them. So handy. And I've been doing it really lightly. I feel like before I'd go really heavy-handed and really overline my lips. And the thing is with that, like I feel like throughout the day, if your lipstick wears off, you've still got that very obvious line. And I've kind of grown not to like that anymore, actually. So I like this colour because it's kind of, you know, a beige nude rather than a pink nude or a brown nude, or, you know, it's a beige nude. So I'm just going to lightly overline, and as you can see, hold in the pencil at the bottom so that I know I'm definitely going light, except from if you're doing that, you obviously know you're going to go kind of heavy-handed, so I kind of hold it at the end. I like the fade, the lip liner from the edges, so I tend to go fill in the lip here, then I won't fill the lip in the centre. And I've been learning I need to overline more here than over here. But I do it, I think I've been doing it without even realising. Like, if you go a wiggle out of place, instead of getting concealer, I'll like just make it bigger. Which, does sound, it just sounds stupid, doesn't it? And when it wears off, like, it looks obvious that you've overlined. I'll put my pencil down, I'm not finished with it yet. And I've been really liking the Doll Beauty FOMO lipstick. Like, it's like my ideal nude. Now obviously it looks really obvious that I'm wearing like a really light lipstick. So now that I've blended it in, I can kind of see where I need to shade. So I'm going to go back in with my liner, lip liner. There's the lipstick. You could just leave it like this, I mean it's no issue. But I really like using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. And it's got like a really nice kind of nude tint to it. I really like this look. I think it makes me feel less dry. I don't know, I think once you watch people on YouTube, you feel like, I need to do that. They're baking. I have to bake. Otherwise, you know, I kind of sticking with the trends, which is stupid because, you don't have to follow the trends. You can do whatever you want, you know, whatever works best for you. You know, Crocs was a trend. I never tried that. So, I mean, do whatever. So yeah, I personally, this has kind of been like, I say it's a soft glam look. I've been using it every day because I've been liking just how gentle, and that sounds like really weird for word to describe this look, but kind of just how soft, not soft, that's the word I'm looking for. Soft. It looks really soft and just really pretty. Easy on the eyes, you know. Don't get me wrong, I love a good old bold look, you know. No judgment here, I like those looks. But sometimes I think something like this is just so timeless. Like, I think like in 10 years time, looks like this is still gonna be a thing. If you want another tutorial using the AMREZY palette, give us a shout and I'll definitely do that. You know, if you want a more bold look, I can do that. You know, I can do that for you. But today I just felt like really going really easy, soft, and, you know. So yeah, I mean, I know this look isn't like, you know, wow, oof kind of thing. But, you know, it is what it is. And I hope you liked it. And if you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. That'd be great if you could, you know. I've poured my heart out in this video. So yeah, feel free, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment down below of what you thought of the look, and give us a follow on IG. My IG is lacy.makeup. Give us a follow, yeah. And also feel free and subscribe, because now my next target is 1,000. I feel like it's gonna happen. Christmas. I don't want to burst my bubble or like jinx myself because I've got a habit of doing that. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video when I film one. Bye.